Hello, this is Bo Adams here doing an interview for Miss Alana Wood. Joining me today, shadowing,
Yes.
is Miss Silent Therapist, along with Silent Therapist, and Miss Rowdy Red. How are you today, Miss Wood?
I'm okay, thank you. How are you?
Alright, so this is going to be a three-part interview. The first part, we're going to ask you to display your macros in order. The second part, I'll go over the rules with you. And then the third part, we'll ask you a series of questions, totaling 10 questions among all of us. So if you could go ahead and display your macros for me in order.
Okay.
Leave 2 seconds between them just so you don't get muted, please.
Okay.
I don't know why this is so hard. She already started. Okay. That now looks good. Let me go over the rules with you. First being the HP rules. Starting with do not resuscitate patients on any streets surrounding the hospital, PvP, it's the Blue Territory events, or the Army base. Do not serve patients who have their weapons drawn. Do not stand cell on the main lobby floor. Do not go AFK while on duty. Possible punishments for that are a 3-day ban or demotion and all funds returned. Only 2 staff members may be at each desk in rank order, that being brown, maroon, blue, white, then green. Up to 3 may line up down the hallway, also in rank order. If your medication wait time is over 5 minutes, you should go on emergency calls or med deliveries. If the wait time is under 5 minutes, you may wait in the cafeteria. Do not use the front door. Only rank 6 plus may enter through the front, and only rank 7 plus may use the front parking lot. Do not spawn the bus. You must have a DCP or CP. DCP is Deputy Chief Physician, or CP, which is Chief Physician, permission. Radio checks are mandatory. You cannot attend the PvP territories without a rank 7 plus with you. And also in the rules there are about AFK abuse. Using any errors, vulnerabilities, unaccounted features of the game mode, and/or third-party programs, clickers, macros, to prevent disconnection from the server due to inactivity is prohibited. This includes practices like AFK farming, where players stay inactive with the game open. The punishment is an account ban for 3 days. Do you understand those rules, Miss Wood?
Yes, I do.
Okay, let's get into the MD rules now. Starting with 10.1 MD1, which is refusal to provide medical assistance. Refusing to provide medical assistance, including performing CPR or giving meds without a justified RP reason, as long as there is no threat to the medic's life, including situations where armed players are present at the scene. The punishment for that is 1 reprimand. 10.2 MD2, providing medical aid during dangerous situations. Selling medication or resuscitating players in situations that threaten the life and health of both the medic and the player, including but not limited to during an escalating conflict, an active shootout, turf war, etc. Punishment for doing that is 1 warning. 10.3 MD3, compliance with project rules. Medical personnel are required to comply with all established project rules. Punishment is from 1 warning to 1 reprimand, depending on the faction leader's decision at that point in time. 10.4 MD4, improper RP behavior. Failure to adhere to RP rules when interacting with players while providing medical assistance or communicating with faction colleagues. Punishment is 1 warning from the faction leadership. 10.4 MD4.1 is disrespectful behavior. Disrespectful behavior towards any player results in a punishment of 1 reprimand or dismissal, depending on the faction leader's decision at that point in time. 10.4.2 MD4.2 is non-compliance with orders. Failure to comply with leadership orders or to observe the chain of command within the faction is punishable by 1 reprimand from the faction leadership. 10.4.3 MD4.3 is assault on civilians. Assaulting civilians with a taser, weapon, or fist without an RP reason is punishable by dismissal from the faction. 10.5 MD5, use of weapons. Medical personnel are strictly forbidden from using any weapons. Punishment is dismissal from the faction. 10.6 MD6, criminal activity. Intentionally associating with gangs, committing major crimes, including but not limited to theft, vandalism, murder, or joining factions during activities where medic participation is not intended. Punishment is dismissal from the faction. 10.7 MD7, use of service vehicles for personal purposes. Using official medical transport for personal travel when not on duty, including for civilian jobs. Punishment is 1 warning. 10.7.1 MD7.1, use of personal vehicles. Using personal vehicles instead of service vehicles to perform faction duties. Punishment is 1 warning. And finally, of the MD rules, 10.8 MD8, unauthorized issuance of recovery notes. Issuing medical certificates outside of a hospital issuing medical certificates for monetary compensation. Punishment is 1 warning. Do you understand those MD rules, Miss Wood?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so now we'll get into the RP rules, 13 through 16, starting with 5.13 RP 13, Faction and RP. Non-RP behavior within game factions, including unlawful release of prisoners or execution of civilians by the police. Punishment will be exoneration from the faction and or from 30 minutes in one state jail to 3 days of ban. 5.14 RP 14, Sexual harassment. Any form of non-consensual sexual actions, including simulation and explicit dialogue actions, use of ethnic and or LGBT plus slurs, or excessive attention. Excuse me. All sexual actions require OOC consent. Such actions should not occur in public or frequently visited areas. Punishment is 60 minutes mute or 24 hours up to 30 days ban. 5.15 RP15, disruption of faction operations. Intentionally provoking faction members for entertainment or disrupting faction operations is prohibited. Punishment is 30 minutes in one state jail. 5.16 RP16, criminal acts against emergency personnel. Any criminal acts towards emergency medical personnel are prohibited. Punishment is from 90 minutes in one state jail to 12-hour ban. Do you understand those rules, Miss Wood?
Yes, I do.
Alright, so now we'll go into the questions. My first question is, why do you want to join the medical faction and be in the medical faction?
I help people. It's what I know. It's what I do. And it's what I love to do.
Excellent. What is the importance of following the chain of command in the medical faction?
It ensures that our duties and roles are done efficiently and correctly. It also makes sure that there's order and everyone gets to play their part effectively.
Okay, very good. And how do you provide friendly care while staying professional?
You can provide friendly care by engaging with the person you're providing care to, reassuring them, making them know that you are in control, calming the situation, and always taking into account that we're here to help.
Okay. And finally, what steps should be taken when a faction member, one of your colleagues, is found violating HP rules?
Depending on the level of relation, it's always good to whistleblow, but it's also very good to report based on my own line of command, making sure that I'm reporting to the people above me.
Right. You want to definitely record and report on Discord, and I mean, if you want to give someone a verbal heads up as well, sure, but definitely record and report is the main thing. Have your body cam on, and upload that video. So, that is my questions. Miss Silent, the pharmacist, would you like to ask some questions?
Yes. So my two questions I have for you today.
You lagging, boo?
I'm sorry. I said, when is it okay to spawn a bus?
It's never okay to spawn a bus. It's against the rules.
Okay. And my second question is, if you are out doing pickups of people called emergency calls, I'm sorry. And it's a person in the red circle and a officer next to them. Who are you picking up in that case?
We're not supposed to be helping people within the red zone, so I would not be in that direction.
No, I'm sorry, not the red zone, but the red circle that's around the person.
The red circle that's around the person. You said there's a police officer who's down and there's a person who's also down.
I can elaborate on what she means, Miss Wood. So she means, okay, you hop in a car, you're doing EMS runs. Once you get out there, the person that called you initially has a red circle around their body, so you know that you have to pick up that person. But there's a police officer and one of your colleagues sitting next to that person. Who you pick up first?
Is the police officer in need of medical attention? The question is saying there's a police officer. Who do I pick up first? The person with the red is clearly injured, but there's just a police officer there.
Right.
So is your question asking me who I pick up? If the officer's perfectly healthy or
In this case, all the parties mentioned are down. So you have someone in red who's called you, and you have another police officer or a colleague down as well. Who do you help first?
it's a tricky one because logic would tell you to help the police officer because he and your colleague might be in place to tell you if the person is threatening, but the person is also the one who called first. I'm assuming maybe the police officer and my colleague would have called someone else. So when it comes to help, I'm sure you should help the person who's called you first as a matter of urgency.
Yes, ma'am. So in this case, it would be the person that is calling you. You would most definitely pick them up first. I understand that the police and one of your colleagues are down, but you are currently on EMS runs, so you are supposed to only go into the person that is making the call.
Yes, thank you.
No problem. Was that all your question? Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, those are two.
Miss Red, would you like to ask some questions as well?
One of my questions are going to be, do you know your chain of command? And if so, can you tell me the chain of command?
Okay, should I rank from the highest to the lowest or
Yes,
just
please.
okay? The highest, of course, would be the white coats, but the browns, the maroons, the blues, the whites, and the greens are at the bottom.
Yes, ma'am, you got it. Um, Next question is going to be, how many people are allowed to sit behind the desk and down the hall?
It's only supposed to be just two people behind the discs in order of rank, but if it's in the hall, I think it's a maximum of three people, ranks included.
Yes, ma'am, you got it.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Red. Silent therapist. Would Silent, the pharmacist, excuse me. Would you like to ask some questions?
My first question is, where do you see yourself in this faction in the next 5 weeks?
I want to raise as high and as fast as I can because ultimately I would want to be in a position of making decisions. So I would love to go as far as it will take me.
My last question will be, how would you handle yourself if a patient refuses your medical attention, your medical services?
I can only control what I can control. If a person does not want my medical services, they are entitled to their wants and choices. I can't impose a decision on their life. I'm here to help. And if my help is not needed, then there's no need for me to force myself on people.
I keep on telling these people.
That's it. That's it. And then also you want to have your body cam on in case that person go back and come to one of us and say, hey, this person standing behind the desk or this person down the hall not serving, not giving me my medication or my pills that I need. Have that body cam on so you can show the timestamp and the little a blue message will pop up on your screen saying this person had declined your treatment or your pills.
Okay, got it. Body cam will be on at all times.
And thank you, Silent, the pharmacist. Miss Wood, do you have any questions for us?
What would you like to see in someone you are currently employing or interviewing in terms of performance and in terms of contribution to the organization's goals?
Well, we are always looking for someone who shows some leadership, and does what they're supposed to do, follows protocol. Obviously, again, listening to those higher ranks, listening to the chain of command, right? But especially as you move up, you're gonna end up in more of a leadership role eventually. So it's important that you think about that a lot as you're ranking up. How can I assume a leadership role? How can I help those ranks that are below me? Because eventually you're going to be helping folks that are in your situation, in a green scrub, looking to get an interview and go through the process that you've just been through. So it's kind of what we're looking for.
Right.
And I just want to piggyback off of Mr. Bo here. Some things that I'm looking for really is this is role play. This is a game. This, if somebody's not respecting you, always report it. We like to be very respectful here. I know I'm trying to implement that more. There are some disrespectful people, but let it brush off and don't take things to heart. That's really my biggest thing. Don't take a lot of things to heart because there is going to be some days where it might be tougher than most. But please remember, we are all here to help you. All of your colleagues are here to help you.
Thank you so much for that.
No problem.
Okay, any other questions?
I don't think so, Bo.
Okay, then this concludes the interview of Miss Elena Wood. Congratulations.